Meteor outbursts, and no one knows where they're coming from. We're also having a geomagnetic storm sometime this week. The meteor outburst possible this week, and we have to get ready for a meteor outburst maybe November 21st, 22nd. The Earth will pass by a stream of dusty debris from an unknown comet. Forecasters Esko, Lyytinen, Finnish Fireball Network, and Peter Jenniskens from NASA Ames believe that this could cause an outburst of alpha monocerotid meteors. Jenniskens witnessed a previous outburst in 1995, and this is the picture he has given us. He says this is a composite of alpha monocerotids detected in low-light video observation by Circo Molau in Germany during the 1995 outburst. Most of the meteors range in magnitude from +2 to +0. Now, no one knows exactly where the alpha monocerotid meteors come from. The parent comet has never been seen. Based on the dynamics of its debris, it probably circles the Sun every 500 years or so. We know the comet exists only because of the narrow trail of dust it left behind long ago. Earth has run into dust trails at least 4 times, causing bright outbursts of meteors in 1925, 1935, 1985, and 1995. Lyytinen and Jenniskens recently realized that in 2019, the Earth would pass about as close to the debris as it did in 1995, and so they issued this alert. And I'm going to the alert to read for you. It's 2 pages, but I think we should read it. A very short outburst from the alpha monocerotids is likely on November 22nd, 2019. They wrote this. It doesn't have a date. Maybe I should go to the bottom and see what date is it. It doesn't have a date. Okay, but anyway, they're saying that the date of the outburst would most likely be November 22nd, 2019. So that's in 2 days at the 4 hour 50 minutes UT time in the morning sky over Europe. This outburst is caused by the dust released by a long-period comet, but the comet itself is still unknown. The orbit data is listed. Well, they have a table here. Sorry. And the history of this shower has previously produced 4 outbursts: 1925, 35, 85, and 95, of which the 1995 was already predicted, and the photographic observations revealed the exact radiant, and this is important for modeling, because it's a long period, 1 revolution orbit. You do not even need to know the period orbit. This is valid when a period is long enough, at least about 300 years. The period should not be too long, for instance, more than 1,000 years, because then the dust trail would have been stretched too long and so diluted, and it could have hardly caused any outbursts as strong as these that we had before. The 1925-35 outburst reached even the level of a meteor storm with ZHRs of over 1,000. In 1985 and 95, the activity reached a level with the HRs about 700 and 400. This dust trail exists for such a long time near the Earth's orbit that it can produce outbursts for at least decades, and in this case, probably for a few centuries. The width of the trail is just very narrow. The half-width is approximately the same as the distance from the center of the Earth to the geostationary satellite orbit. The perturbations by the planets in total amount to about a few million kilometers, so that at some times the trail gets close enough to the Earth. The forecast for a possible outburst was published in 2002, Lyytinen and Jenniskens in 2003, and the data concerns the alpha monocerotids and has been reproduced in Table 2. They have a table here as well. Okay. Possible 2019 outbursts calculated missed distance of 0.003 which can be commented as far. At such a distance, the author estimates that only a weaker outburst could be produced. The trail situation for the calculation model has been fitted to agree exactly for the year 1995. As such, it's also well suited to fit with previous outbursts. So anyway, that's the basis of this. The radiant is not very high, also because of the possible twilight. Actual counts will be, of course, well below the level in Helsinki. The sun rises a little less than 2 hours later, so the twilight somewhat disturbs. The moon is also present in the sky, but already as a crescent, so this may not disturb significant more than the twilight. Another point in regard with the fairly large number of prediction lines on the table in the Icarus paper is that quite a few are observed in only one outburst, while assumed to be likely of long period. That's a little bit detailed, but anyway, this was studied in 2002-2003, and in 2 days we will have that outburst. This is the link is from, of course, Space Weather, and people in Western Germany may have best views of this shortly before sunrise, November 22nd. For them, the showers radiant in Monocerotids, the unicorn, will be relatively high in the southern sky. Sky watchers in eastern parts of North America can also see this show, but not as well. As shown in the sky map, the Monocerotids will still be hugging the eastern horizon when the shower peaks over the east coast of Canada and the United States. West Coast observers won't be able to see Monocerotids at all. There's no guarantee that anything will happen. Only a handful of alpha Monocerotids outbursts have been observed in the past century, which means researchers are still mapping the debris zone. Earth could hit an extra dense spot, resulting in an amazing display, or pass through a void, producing nothing. Jenniskens said, "We are crossing the dust trail along a different chord than in past returns, and this will help understand how the dust is distributed perpendicularly to Earth's path. Whatever happens, we're going to learn something." Now, concerning the chance of magnetic storms, NOAA forecasts say that there's a chance of a minor G1 class geomagnetic storm tomorrow, November 21st, when a fast-moving stream of solar wind hits the Earth's magnetic field. The gaseous material is flowing from a ragged hole in the sun's atmosphere, and this hole has strobed Earth with solar wind on 4 previous occasions, and each time sparked a storm of G1 class or stronger. What is a G1 class? In a G1 minor geomagnetic storm, impact power systems, there's weak power grid fluctuations that can occur. Spacecraft operations, minor impact on satellite operations are possible. Other systems, migratory animals are affected at this and higher levels. Aurora is commonly visible at high altitudes, northern Michigan and Maine. And no wonder I've been having a headache all day. This also sometimes affects us. The G1 coming in. Also, a ragged hole in the sun's atmosphere. That's where the solar wind is coming from. And something else on space weather. Fireballs, 67 fireballs reported yesterday. Most of them are very fast velocity, and all of these 67 fireballs are incoming, intersecting at a single point, which is Earth. November 19, there were 2,018 potentially hazardous asteroids close to Earth, and cosmic rays are, of course, increasing. And they're showing that we have an increase in cosmic rays from December to now of 18%. And this could be because of the Earth's magnetic field weakening. The Earth's magnetic field, as we know, helps protect us from deep space radiation, solar and cosmic rays. Now, why are cosmic rays intensifying? The main reason is the sun. Solar storm clouds such as coronal mass ejections, the CMEs, sweep aside cosmic rays when they pass by Earth. During solar minimum, which we are in now, the CMEs are abundant and cosmic rays are held at bay. During solar minimum, the CMEs are not abundant and cosmic rays are able to enter the Earth. They're not held at bay as they are when we have solar maximum. So now, when our solar cycle is swinging towards solar minimum, allowing cosmic rays to return. And the other, of course, reason is being that the Earth's magnetic field, which helps protect us from deep space radiation, is weakening. And why is it weakening? We have no idea. I'll leave links below for you for this on space weather. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.